We're throwing you a curve,
Patterns with curves, that is.
and a brand new designer. Hi, it's Fran Morgan.
And Donna Robertson with Fabric Café.
We are excited to announce our latest book, Curve Appeal with 3-Yard Quilts.
All of the patterns have easy, fun curved blocks.
And we have an amazing independent designer that we're working with.
And her name is Mac Cox. You might know her from her YouTube channel, M.A. Couture Crafting.
Now, we met Mac because of you, our viewer. You were telling us that you were watching her channel and she was doing amazing things with 3-Yard Quilts. She was zhuzhing them up. We had an opportunity to meet her at Houston Quilt Festival and got to know her a little bit. We've bloomed into a wonderful new book.
So now we're going to hand it off to Mac and have her show you all the beautiful quilts in this new book.
What's up, guys? It's your girl Mac Cox from M.A. Couture Crafting. I am your quilty BFF, and today I'm here with Fabric Café. I've been lucky enough to do a collaboration with them, a book. It is a book of curves. I know that curves can be scary, but there is no better way to start curves than with Fabric Café's 3-Yard Quilts. So please come on in and try it with us. Let's check out our first quilt. This is Cameo. Cameo is so nice and special because it's got this wonderful big block here that you can really show off your fabrics with. And then we have this shape that comes together quite easily. There's actually a row of curves here, and then another big block, and then another row of curves. So it's really a simple pattern. I think you guys are really gonna enjoy this one. Let's take a look at this fabric for this amazing kit. Here we have our #1 fabric, and it's gorgeous. It has the goldfish in it. You guys are familiar with this fabric. It actually has metallic goldfish in it. It is dreamy. And the way that it looks in this quilt, it's kind of like they're swimming in a little fish bowl. I love this. So this is gonna be your #1 fabric. It's the goldfish. It goes in this big circular shape right here. Then we're gonna come down to #2, which is nice and geometric, but it still gives it a pop. And then we frame it with our fabric #3, this dark pink, which is gonna go right here and then here. I love the way that this comes together. I think it's absolutely stunning. So let's talk about the kit info. This is Fish Besties. The pattern is Cameo, and it can be found in your Curve Appeal with 3-Yard Quilts. Let's take a look at our double Dutch pattern. Doesn't this look like somebody's double Dutching with the 2 double Dutch ropes? So this has a cascading kind of rope style that goes all the way through the quilt. And it's very, very, very simple to put together. You have your curved blocks and the different colorways, and you're just twisting and turning them. This is not complicated or difficult to do, but it really packs a punch, and we've done it in a beautiful colorway here for you. Now let's take a look at Alchemy in the double Dutch pattern. This is gorgeous. It's vibrant. It has so much movement to it. Here in the #1, we have this alcohol ink yellow gold fabric that is just kind of passionate. I just love this fabric. In the #2 slot, we have these florals. And I know it seems kind of like a juxtaposition, but I think it's a good one. And then in the last #3 fabric, we have this deep red that is rich. This feels luxe and luxurious, and this is actually one of our easier patterns to put together with just this curved piece that is twisted and turned to make a beautiful rope kind of pattern. So the kit info is Alchemy and the double Dutch pattern in our Curve Appeal with 3-Yard Quilts book. Let me introduce you to Hourglass. Hourglass, I think, is my favorite pattern that I've done for this book. Let's take a look at it. It looks complicated. It looks like you might not know how to do it, but really, guys, it's just a 4-patch. Let me show you. Here you have 2 identical half square triangles, and then you have this beautiful curve. Now don't worry, I actually show you guys how to put the curve together, so do not fret. Again, I think this is beautiful. It gives a lovely illusion. I really like how this comes together. It again is one of my favorites. I hope it's one of yours too. The fabric and the pattern go together beautifully. Let's take a look. So for our #1 fabric, we have this beautiful swirl, scribble, graffiti style, and it's gonna go in your #1 spot. Then we have this cement wall kind of feel, and that's gonna go in your #2 right here and here. And then we have this amazing rust that feels so beautiful with these silhouette flowers. I'm gonna crop this just so you can see how this block comes together. I know that curves can be a little intimidating, and so I want you to know that on Thursday, I walk you through how to do the curves, how to make a block so that you don't have to feel so intimidated. Let me show you how this comes together. Because that fabric is so busy, it looks like one big shape, but really, you have this, which is a half square triangle right here. So basically, this is like a really cool 4-patch. So you have your half square triangle here, and another one that's right there. And then you have this block. And this is just a curve. And again, I show you how to do this, so be sure to tune in on Thursday. Now, this is called the Swirls and Twirls kit, and it's in our Hourglass pattern, and you can find it in the Curve Appeal with 3-Yard Quilts book. This pattern is called Mosaic, and I think this is the most sophisticated pattern that I designed for this book. This actually has 2 different types of curves in it, but it's very, very simple. We have the patterns for you already and laid out. I'm really enjoying this fabric choice and how it comes together. If you keep a busy pattern in here, it really gives the illusion of this being one piece. And again, it's very simple. It does have 2 different types of curves, but really it's just a nice straight line of curves. Very, very simple to put together. All of these kits you see today can be found at Fabric Café. We even have all of these fabrics available by the yard as well. I want to show you in this particular pattern, which is so cool. We use 2 different patterns in there, but I don't want you to worry. We have them all here in the book for you. Let's take a look at this fabric. Again, available by the yard if you really love it. And I think you guys are gonna love this fabric. This number 1 is these dark blues and moody kind of blue greens and a floral kind of shape. And it's gonna go here in your number 1 spot. Your number 2, which is my favorite, I think this is my favorite collection from the book, and it's gonna go here in this border and also in the other shape there. And then the last one is this suede kind of feel. It is just delicious and deep and vibrant in a dark kind of way. I think it comes together beautifully. For the kit info, this is the Dreams of Morocco kit in the Mosaic pattern, and it can all be found in Curve Appeal with 3-Yard Quilts. Welcome to Rhythm. Do you have rhythm? This quilt does. I love this quilt. It gives a very, very striking appearance and very, very simple to put together. You have a 4-patch here and a curve, and that's it. And you guys know how we like to strip piece and put our 4 patches together very, very quickly. And if you use my tips and tricks, you'll know that if you stack up this fabric, you don't have to cut that many curves. So this might be one that you want to use when you want to move through something very, very quickly. We, of course, used a very dynamic colorway, and I'm really pleased with the way that this one came out. I want to show you guys this fabric. This might be some of my favorite fabric that we've chosen to put in this kit. It does kind of give you a painter's palette kind of vibe, tons of beautiful, vibrant colors, and depending upon how you cut it is where it's going to land in this quilt, but don't worry about that. Wherever it lands, it's going to be beautiful. So the number 1 fabric we have right here is going to go in these small 4 patches, and they, again, just land where they land. It's okay. Then we have this beautiful cream kind of background color, and then we get into this super deep crackle blue that feels so rich. It's just exciting. This is a very, very exciting quilt. And the pattern is called Rhythm. This is the Painter's Palette with the Rhythm pattern in the Curve Appeal with 3-Yard Quilts book. This one is called Tulips, and I think that this quilt might be everybody else's favorite quilt. They love the way that these tulips pop and the fact that they're reverse colorways, and you even have a nice big block that makes for some fast piecing. Yes, if you like to do curves, this one might be for you because we do have a few more curves in this particular pattern. It comes together beautifully, and I think it would make a really nice baby size quilt for this particular size if you do the smaller size. Let me know how you guys like it. All of these patterns in the books also have instructions for enlargements. So 1 kit equals lap size, 2 kits equals twin, and 4 kits will get you your king queen size. If you buy 3 kits, you can get the book for free. So here is the tulip pattern here, and I want you guys to see this kit. This is the Garden Trinkets kit. And here we have a beautiful orange that has kind of a rainbow feel to it. It cascades diagonally through the fabric, and this is the number 1 that goes in this big block. Then we have a gorgeous tiny, tiny, tiny flower pattern that's got these golds to it. And then lastly, in the number 3 spot is gonna be this purple, this purpley violet magenta kind of color. And I think this looks just beautiful. Again, the kit info, this is called Garden Trinkets, and this is the tulip pattern, and you can find it in the Curve Appeal with 3-yard quilts. The name of this pattern is Twist and Shout. And you guys know that your girl loves a churn dash. If anybody was gonna do a churn dash pattern, it was gonna be me. And this one is cool because we have stretched it out. We have elongated it. We have given it a little dancing, moving action here. And this one is a bigger block. So yes, this comes together pretty quickly. And then you just have a few curved patterns. So if you're new to curves, this one might be a fun one for you. And we've got some half square triangle and strip piecing units to make it even faster. This is one of my favorites too. Let me know if you guys like it. Now let's take a look at my Rainbow Wonderland. This quilt kit is called Rainbow Wonderland, and it is just that. It is a rainbow wonderland. I think it's gorgeous. It cascades straight down in a beautiful gradient with a rainbow feel to it for this number 1 fabric. And we've placed that right here in this churn dash block. And you know, I have to have a churn dash in anything that I do. So then our number 2 is simple. It's a white, but this isn't just a plain white. This white has some texture. I'm not sure if it's picking up in the cameras, but it's not a flat white. It's a beautiful white on white. And then for our number 3, we have this black fabric that really gives a nice illusion in this particular block and makes it look like it all runs together, even though this is 2 blocks put together. Nice and easy and simple pattern. So the kit info for this is Rainbow Wonderland. The pattern is called Twist and Shout, and this can be found in your Curve Appeal with 3-yard quilts book. This quilt is called Voyage, and let me take you on a voyage to a very, very simple block. We have another 4-patch style here, and I like this one because this uses a traditional drunkard's path block. So we have a couple of different types of curves here, and this one is going to be the more traditional style. We've showcased it with a beautiful big floral that gives you this secondary design that happens right in this area. And we've set it off with this deep plum. It's rich, it feels fun, and again, a fast sew. So if you're new to curves, you might really enjoy this one. There are not a ton of curves, particularly in this pattern. So this one might be the one for you. Check it out. Let me know what you think. Let's take a look at the quilt kit for Voyage. This is one of my favorite fabrics also. It is just florally, and it has that lavender, which really just bounces off of this kind of cream and yellow colorway. I think it's gorgeous, and it goes in your number 1 section, and it makes this really pretty shape right here. And I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's a 4-patch right here, but this 4-patch helps to make this shape right there, which is so cool with that number 1 fabric. The next one, we're gonna pull from this and grab these golds and really punch it forward. And it has some beautiful little flowers that are sprinkled in between, and that's gonna be your number 2 position. And then we have this rich plum. It's deep, and it just cuts right around everything to give it some starkness. And so this is really a vibrant, beautiful kit. This one is called Floral Fantasy, and it's the Voyage pattern, and it's gonna be in the Curve Appeal with 3-yard quilts book. Designing for Fabric Café has been absolutely amazing. I think my favorite pattern is Hourglass. Tell me your favorite pattern down in the comments section. It's Matt Cox with Fabric Café. I'll see you guys on next time. Bye-bye.